Hello, I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to our channel, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans and their dependents. In this video, we are continuing our 9-part series discussing the VA claim process. Today, we will be discussing Phase 3, VA Law. For those of you that clicked on this video, we would like to thank you for giving us a chance. Here at the H-Town Vet, our channel is structured differently from any other veteran-centered content creator because your questions, comments, and opinions are our top priority. If you would like to reach out to our channel, here's our contact and donation information. And we would like to give a special thanks to Mr. International for his $50 donation. As stated earlier, there will be 9 phases to the VA claims process, and we will be using the terms parts and phases interchangeably. If this is your first time coming across this series, please go back and watch part 1, the focus phase. And once you're done doing that, go back and watch phase 2, the evidence phase. Then you will be totally caught up. But wait, there's more. Coming soon, part 4. In phase 4, we will be discussing the steps needed to submit a VA claim. If you would prefer to see the VA claims process in one comprehensive video, and you can't wait until the individual videos are dropped for each part, you are welcome to watch our live version of the VA claims process from start to finish. But for those of you that prefer just to watch the YouTube videos, once we complete each individual part of the series, we will make one comprehensive YouTube video also. While we're on the subject, if you would like to join our live streams, they are every Sunday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Now let's get into it. Phase 3 of the VA claims process, VA Law. In this phase, you cannot talk about VA law without showing how the law is used to back up your VA claim. You must remember, being declared a disabled veteran is a legal status. You can't win a claim without evidence backed up by VA law. It's possible that you could find this evidence in your VA claims file, commonly referred to as your C-file. The C-file contains your whole claim history, and there are different ways that you can get access to it. You can request it under the Freedom of Information Act, commonly known as a FOIA request. You could ask your veteran service officer to request it for you. This is usually faster, or your lawyer if you have legal representation. As it relates to VA compensation claims, there are several documents that you can find in your C-file, including your DD-214, your VA code sheet, medical statements from doctors related to C&P exams, including decisions on other claims. Some of this information may be relevant to your current claim, and some may not. While you are selecting possible evidence, you must ask yourself the question, what evidence is supported by VA law? Common sources include personnel records, the DD-214, and all related medical treatment records from the VA hospital, your private doctor, and your in-service treatment records. Specific areas that back up your claim include inpatient treatment records, ER or emergency room visits, and outpatient treatment records, to include sick call and any surgeries that were performed. In John Brown Jr.'s case, his father, John Brown Sr., a Desert Storm veteran of the First Iraq War, was able to give his son a straightforward example of how to connect a doctor's medical statements to the VA law that supports it. John Jr.'s father developed post-traumatic stress disorder during combat operations in Iraq. At the time he submitted this evidence, he was already service-connected, and his rating was a temporary 100% IU, or individual unemployability. But in this claim, he was seeking a 100% permanent and total rating. In his supporting statement, John Brown Sr. first gives an introduction and then states the purpose of his claim, a 100% rating, permanent and total. This is where it becomes very important to quote the proper law for your condition. To understand John Brown Sr.'s PTSD claim, it's important to know why he filed. He filed his claim for a permanent and total rating for 2 reasons. The first is to continue to be paid at the 100% rate. The second is to get the benefits that come with a permanent and total status, such as Chapter 35 educational benefits and CHAMP VA healthcare insurance. So if an individual has a 100% IU rating, it can be reduced based on a re-examination or based on how long you've had the rating. With an IU rating, you are paid at the 100% rate, but not actually 100%. In our example, we will use VA law and doctor's medical statements to demand a permanent status. On the page to your left, Dr. Nate Turner Jr. describes the claimant's PTSD symptoms as active and says he continues to meet the full criteria for PTSD. The doctor's statement is supported by VA law, which states that the condition must be static by showing no change or progress. The second part of the law for a permanent status states that the condition must have persisted for at least 5 years with no material improvement. And John Brown Sr. meets this criteria also because he has had a temporary 100% IU for over 5 years. And the last statement seals his permanent status when VA Dr. Jackson stated, "The claimant requires continual psychiatric treatment, likely for the rest of his life." And this is reflected in the third part of the law, permanent and not expected to improve. Now that we've covered the law that makes a condition permanent, now it's time to cover the VA regulations that make a condition total. According to the Federal Veterans Laws, Rules, and Regulations VA Law Book, in order for a veteran to receive a 100% rating for post-traumatic stress disorder, they must have at least one symptom that reflects a 100% rating. This law and the symptoms can be found in 38 CFR 4.130, Schedule of Ratings Mental Health Disorders. CMP examiner Dr. Nate R. Turner stated that John Brown Sr. have the symptoms of gross impairment in thought, processes, and communication, and persistent delusions or hallucinations. These are both symptoms that support a 100% rating. If this video has been informative so far, please like, share, and subscribe. As we stated in part 2 of this series, many of your illnesses and conditions in the military are caused by your MOS, commonly referred to as your military occupational specialty. The best place to look for information about your MOS in the military is your in-service personnel records. Unlike his father, John Brown Jr.'s claim was a lot simpler. First, because he was already service-connected for his ankle injury that was related to his MOS as a paratrooper. The second reason John Jr.'s claim is more simplistic is because there are only 2 ratings for ankle injuries. Depending on the range of motion of your ankle, you will receive a 10% rating for moderate limitations and a 20% rating for marked or more severe limitations. The examiner will use a measuring device to determine your range of motion. Just remember, it's always your responsibility to make sure that you are rated properly. If you have an ankle injury or any other condition that you believe is related to your military service, after you submit your intent to file, the very next thing you should do is open up a 38 CFR and find the rating schedule for your condition. Just remember, not all conditions can be service connected. A good example would be personality disorders, which is often attributed to psychosocial development as a child. The VA law related to ankle injury ratings can be found in 38 CFR 4.71A, DC 5271. For more information on how to use VA law to win claims, watch our video, The Winning Formula for VA Disability Claims, and our live stream by the same title. As we stated earlier, if this video has been informative, please hit the subscribe and like button. And don't forget to click notifications so you'll be made aware of our next video. We have almost 100 videos and live streams in our library. And thank you for joining us.